everybody. Welcome to Attract Clients, Connect Authentically. And I'm so excited to have another interview with a really terrific friend and coach of mine. Actually, she is a coach of mine. She's helped me so much in my experience. And take it away, Sarah. I'll let you do the introductions of yourself.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Robin. This is so fun. I love doing this and kind of collaborating with coaches. So if you don't know me, I am Sarah Vandister. I am a personal growth and mindset coach. And I am just so thrilled to be able to come and talk about authenticity, because I feel like that really has been my journey, through this whole BHC, HMBA, mastery, and it's been great. So thank you so much for inviting me.
I'm so glad you're here. It's terrific.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I have been saying so much about authenticity is how it plays out in coaching. And I wanted to have a conversation with people who are actually doing that, who are actually manifested it and doing it and experiencing it. So I just wanted to ask a couple of questions on sort of how this plays out in your coaching life. And so what I really wanted to know was, when you look back, to the beginning part, when you discovered your why, that infamous why that we all ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So when you think about that discovery of that why, how important would you say that was when you think about your journey?
So that's such a great question, because, the search that could be like a movie, the search for your why. But I feel like, now that I'm a more experienced coach now, I didn't realize how important it was when I was first starting out. But I would say, when we are able to really trust and tap into our authenticity, it is probably the most important thing in anything that we can do, is really coach people and allow them to, be coached from, what's coming from inside of us that's true, that's not, out of a book, that's not from a script. And when we really come into our own, I mean, it's like magic when you're able to coach from your heart, from your soul, from what is important to you. If that answers your question.
No, totally answers my question. I totally get it, and thanks for sharing that. And so, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm looking down because I didn't memorize my questions.
Oh, that's okay.
When you got that clarity of your why.
Yeah.
And you think about at the beginning, when you were trying to direct your coaching and where it was going to go, when you got your why, do you feel like that allowed you to direct your coaching, strategically? Then you knew which way you were going.
Yeah, absolutely. But it didn't happen overnight. It wasn't something that is taught. You really have to experience it, and it's kind of like a learned behavior, because it really is trusting that what you are doing and what you're experiencing in your life is enough, because we're all connected to those old stories that it's not enough and no one's going to like you, and, yada, 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 the whole chatter. But it is, what was the, what was the question? How did it change?
No, how did it direct your coaching?
How did it, oh my God. Yes, that's right. Sorry. So, because I get into the whole thing, but it directed my coaching. I mean, it changed me from someone who was attracting. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. People that want to talk about diabetes or calories or whatever, I was attracting that, but it always felt so out of alignment. And now, because I'm really connecting to, my journey, my pain point, the things that I've worked on for the past, 4 years, that I'm in, it just feels so much better, you know, and I feel like my, you know, my ability as a coach has just exponentially, you know, exploded.
So, you know, what's really interesting to me is that when I think about, for me, my why, and when I think about the why that you have, that's pretty much stayed the same, even though the niche that you do and the people that you are focusing your coaching on may have changed over the years. The why, wouldn't you say that is still the same as it was from before?
Yeah. But I think it's more like a connection to deeper and a trust in that it's actually right for me, if that
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
yeah.
no, perfect sense. Yeah. But I just wanted to explain that sometimes your why is this one thing and you're coaching on this one particular thing. Like I remember a long time ago, you were doing all this Ayurveda stuff
Mhm.
and it was really amazing, but your why was still the same. It's just the way you were implementing it changed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I see what you mean. Yes, absolutely. Yes, my why was there, so I was kind of like it was almost like a branch. You know, I'm solid as a trunk now, and you know, I had all these like little things that I was.
Right, right, right.
My why was there, but I didn't. I was like, oh well, maybe I'll do this, and maybe I mean, it's almost like eliminating the things in your world to get to where your true authenticity is. You
Ooh, that was so good. Yeah, that was a
know,
really good way to explain
I'm
that.
still interested in Ayurveda and
Sure.
all that, but it's not something that I have 100% passion. I thought I did, but now it's like, okay, that, I mean, that's like the evolution of, you know, who we are as coaches.
Yeah, that's what's so beautiful about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on your personal journey, and you know, when you think about those pain points that you went through from there to like where you are now, like when you look back, right? And you can sort of see how those pain points directed the coaching that you're doing now, can't you?
Oh my God. Absolutely. Yeah. Because I'm so happy. I mean, you know, it's a lifelong journey, but where I am, I mean, I'm so happy to kind of be on the kind of be on the other side where I've always wanted to be. And now I know that I can take other people to that place as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible. And you know what I think is so amazing is that your unique gift and your unique translation of how you execute your why is yours. And like nobody else can really do it the way that you do it. And when you actually watch somebody be influenced by the wisdom that you know,
Mhm.
like what does that do for you inside?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it is probably the most fulfilling thing that I've experienced because not only have I gotten through it in my own life, you know, but now I get to see it's almost like I'm giving birth to a child, you know, that you know, I have gone through it myself and now, you know, I get to see somebody else rebirthing
Rebirthing.
rebirthing into what I thought was impossible. And then I've gotten through it. And now I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing that because of the process that I went through myself, I can now offer that to other people to get to the other side.
And when you're doing all of that, this great work that you're doing, how much would you say you rely on technique, like hardcore black and white technique? And how much would you say you rely on your gut, your intuition, your knowing?
Oh my gosh. So I would say it's about 90-10. You know, 90% would be, you know, trusting, you know, intuitive coaching, you know, not, you know, what you do, but, you know, really feeling it rather than thinking through. I'm a winger, if that makes sense. You know, I'm
Yeah.
someone that, you know, I know a technique in my mind. I read something or, you know, from mastery. I mean, I use the techniques of mastery, but I kind of create it in my own way. So, and then there's, so there is that 10% that, by the book, but I am so not by the book. I am, I'm very creative, and I feel like my coaching style incorporates creativity and, definitely 90%. And then I do, 10% of, but I'll throw in there, mastery, TCM, along with my creativity.
Yeah, so it's like a crock pot of juiciness.
Like a crock pot. Yeah, and I always said, I mean, I don't know where I came up with this term, but it's almost like I am cooking without a recipe. And that's what I do when I cook. Are you there? Oh, there you go. As I cook that recipe, I take the ingredients and then I make it my own. So the answer to your question is that it's definitely intuition and a little bit of technique, but in my own way. I'm just like I said, I'm a winger.
No, I think that's really great. And would you say that by doing that and winging it like that, that's built up your confidence?
Oh my God, absolutely. But to take that leap of faith, that I remember the day that I was like on the phone with somebody, and I was just like, I just tossed the scripts on the floor. And when I was a 10K finalist, I remember, saying that in my speech, that just all of a sudden, I just was like, I don't want these scripts anymore. I just put them on the floor. And I just started to really, really trust. Yes, do sometimes, not anymore. But, when I was first diving off the deep end, I was like, oh my God, am I doing it right? But now it's just like, no, I know that this is who I am. And, I would so much rather have a coach who coaches like that than, it's like, okay, now step 1, we are going to do this. Step 2, this is, I don't work well with that.
Don't you think that when you're doing that, when you're in that moment and you're living in that moment, don't you feel that you are absorbing the words that they're saying so much more so because you're not worrying about what you have to do next?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm so like, I can hear their words. I can feel the pain that they're going through. I listen. And that is such a, authentic coach, is someone that can listen and feel either, feel somebody else's pain or actually feel it in, one's own, gut, body, whatever, to know where to go to the next place.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's so amazing to watch you, and I've known you for forever, watching you from the beginning to the end, and watching you now and the evolution of the whole process. And I just appreciate you sharing all of this with us and with everybody else, because it's a journey. It really is a journey, and it's a heart journey. It really is a heart journey, wouldn't you say?
Oh my God. I mean, yeah. Because I just remember working with you I don't even remember when I was like petrified of even going on camera. Like, remember?
Yes.
Oh my God, I don't know how to do this and all. And now I've done 100-day gongs. I'm on Facebook all the time. You can't get rid of me. So yeah. But being able to trust that.
Oh my God, I forgot that we did that.
What? Oh my God, do you remember that?
That I worked with you. Yeah. Such a long time.
And I was like, I'm too scared to go on camera. I can't do that. But
look what you did with it. That was awesome.
But the evolution is taking each little tiny step as it comes, not thinking that just because, some other coach down the road is doing this, that's what you should do. And it's easy to get caught up with like Facebook or whatever, to see somebody else's evolution and not kind of mesh and think that that's who you have to be. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that when I was, a baby coach, I remember doing that, and all it did is created overwhelm and frustration and, doubt in myself. And I've learned, like, you know what, I'm on my own path. This is how I do it. This is what makes me feel good. So yeah, so it's been I love being able, I have a bunch of, like, you and a couple of coaches that have known me from the beginning. And it really is so interesting to see the progression or the evolution of where we have gotten to now.
Yeah, it's really amazing. It's really amazing. So lucky to call you a friend.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, it's been really fun.
Yeah.
But what a great idea this is. Oh my God, to be able to talk to coaches that really are stepping into their own, place, their own trust. And that's been my whole, definition, is really stepping into my truth of who I am, not just as a coach, but more importantly, as a person.
Yeah. I think you do both together.
Yeah, exactly. But thank you so much,
Sarah,
for inviting me. I'll look forward to seeing all the other people on there.
Yeah. It'll be cool. It'll be very cool.
All right.
Thank
you so much. Bye.